Just 3 weeks to go till Taiwan's presidential election, and campaigning is in full swing. And the three presidential candidates began their policy presentations today.
And this is a three-way race between the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, the opposition Kuomintang, and the center-right People First Party. President Tsai Ing-wen is currently far ahead in the polls.
Now, for more on this, let's join our correspondent, Victoria Jen in Taiwan. Victoria, what are the key voter issues for this election?
Well, there has been very little talk of policies by the three candidates so far in this presidential race. And even at this policy presentation, we have not heard much details of major policies on how to improve the island's future. Instead, there were a lot of finger-pointing and accusations being exchanged. Now, KMT presidential candidate Han Kuo-yu spent most of his time criticizing Tsai's leadership, which he said had undermined the island's economic development and relations with the mainland. He also accused Tsai's administration of corruption, which he said must be stopped before the island could move forward. And President Tsai Ing-wen, of course, denied those allegations. And in response, she touted her leadership, which she said has helped make Taiwan the biggest winner from the trade war between the U.S. and China. She has also highlighted the growing threat from China that is undermining the island's sovereignty. And it would take a leader like herself to defend the island's democracy. And meanwhile, People First Party presidential candidate James Song said that he would help amend cross-strait relations and form coalition government if he was elected president. But there were very little mention by the three candidates on how they would help improve Taiwan's political and economic development.
So, Vic, what can we expect if Ms. Tsai were to be re-elected again?
Well, based on the latest polls, the chances of her winning a second term is very high, and she is now ahead of her KMT rival, Han Kuo-yu, by nearly 30 percentage points. Now, her soaring popularity is largely due to the pro-democracy movement in Hong Kong, which made many Taiwanese more wary of China's plan for reunification with the island. And if she were to be re-elected, cross-strait relations would continue to deteriorate. Her refusal to accept the One China principle had already compelled Beijing to cut all official exchanges with the island in the past 4 years. And Taiwan also lost 7 diplomatic allies to China as a result. So if she won the election, tensions across the strait would escalate further. And in the wake of Hong Kong protests, Tsai has taken a tougher stand towards Beijing. And now with the backing from Washington, observers say that she may take an even more extreme position on cross-strait relations, which could create more uncertainties for both sides.
All right, thanks for that. Victoria Jen speaking to us from Taipei.